Hi, friends. I now bring to you a book that left me enchanted the most in recent times. As I mentioned to you, when I started reading history, my exposure, my interest, it was more on Western history and specifically modern Western history. It is only in very recent years that I discovered Indian history and that too Indian ancient history. But mind you, since the day I discovered it, I understood that there is nothing more exciting than ancient Indian history. Very specifically, also because the way it has been taught in our schools is unbelievably boring. Whole sections of Indian history seems to have been edited out. There seems to have been no reason why so many important kings were not at all mentioned. So many important aspects of our history were not at all mentioned. Okay, before I get to that point, when I had to pick one book out of recently a lot of books in the last few years that I've added to my stable on ancient Indian history, I was clueless of which one to book. There are so many. I would really like to do a top 5 on ancient Indian history. So, after a couple of days of sifting through many of them and revising all of them, I decided to pick this book, Basham's The Wonder That Was India. One, the title says it all. Two, it's a very good book on not just the political history, but religion, spirituality, a lot of other things connected together. The whole civilization as it was. If you want to pick one book and read about ancient India, this could be a very, very good start. Why do you need to do that? Haven't you heard enough about the basic stuff, the Indus Valley civilization, the Aryans, the blah blah blah? Let me start off with a simple point. What is this Samvat? I'm sure every Diwali you hear this, right? This is Samvat and there's a Samvat date and the trading session opens. I used to wonder that. Then I got to know that it was a way of celebrating a new India. So just like the Westerners have this BC and AD, India used to have Samvat. It was the point where King Vikramaditya and Indian forces threw out the what do you call outsiders, that is the Sakas and all, and liberated India. There is some confusion on the exact dates as per hardcore historians, or who exactly liberated, or whether this Vikramaditya was another Vikramaditya. All of that is fine. But that something like this happened cannot be denied. It was there in part of popular history and repeatedly in multiple books and multiple references over the ages referred to it. And yet it is not part of history textbooks. King Lalitaditya, made very famous only to the common man in a way by Shahid Kapoor dancing on the sun temple built by Lalitaditya in Hyder. This man, realizing the threat from the Arab invasions, mobilized an army, united a lot of Indian kings under him, and went around and pushed the entire invaders all the way back to Central Asia. Yet he's not there. There are lots of such people. Bappa Rawal finds no mention in Indian history. That's extraordinary. So I could go on and on. The aspects that I want to highlight is this. There were multiple invasions in ancient Indian times too. The Huns, the Sakas, constantly. India was a rich country, was getting invaded. But continuously, Indian kings fought back and pushed them back beyond the boundaries of the Indus. If that is not representative of the unity of this landmass, I don't know what else is. The fact that we did push back foreign invasions is something that is not highlighted in our textbooks. The fact that the Cholas had this huge naval empire, is not highlighted in textbooks. Why would it be so? There are enough and more Greek historians who have talked about the fact that it is the battles that Alexander had to fight, which were some of the most severe of his lifetime, with Porus and all the other Punjab kings, that completely dispirited his troops. That they had heard huge rumors of the amount of elephants that the Nanda king had, and they had no courage to proceed further. The Alexander who had steamrolled over Egypt and Persia and large parts of Central Asia chickened out of India. But we are not made to tell it this way. We are told that, well, he got tired and bored and he went away. Why so? You see, because when a lot of modern time Indian history was being compiled, the Brits were in power and they would not want you to hear that you have pushed back foreign invasions in the past. So, yes, they glorified, yes, the Mughals came, they conquered you, the Afghans came, they conquered you, everybody came and conquered you. So, you should start feeling that that's okay. You didn't build naval empires like the Cholas did, you didn't push them back, you didn't go all the way and fight back. You were not a martial race. That's okay. The interesting part is, it's been 70 years since India's independence. The people who came after that also did not bother to change that. There are huge amount of books available. So it could not have been that it missed their eye. These are books by great Indian authors and foreign authors. I am not even getting into ancient Indian texts like the Puranas and all, because simply put, Britishers and all immediately tossed them away and said, look, there's a lot of mythology also into the Puranas, so we really don't know what is history and what is Puranas and what is history. So what if there are whole genealogy of kings mentioned by name? That has changed even in the West. There was a similar attitude toward a lot of Greek epics and Greek stories, and now enough proof has shown that while some of it may be fiction, a lot of it was based on historical facts. Is it not time that we revisit our history textbooks to glorify our national icons and take pride in our own history? Is it possible that India will want to or will aspire and be a superpower in this century while feeling that it has always been bullied and conquered without resistance? It has not fought back, it has not stepped out of its borders. Is it possible that without believing in a strong sense of national identity, in believing that this identity was there, this civilization was there, this whole aspect of this cultural and unity of this landmass was there, and people rose to defend it time and time again, can India ever aspire to be a strong leader in the 21st century? Thank you.